PET means personal energy transportation. It's a wonderful concept that provides people with the opportunity to have a personal energy device to be able to go places where they otherwise could never go around the world. My name is Lisa Holloway, and I work with Circle Fellowship Church. I'm part of a team of clergy here with the various different churches on campus. Ever since we got started back in 2011, Circle Fellowship did, we have been committed to spending at least 10% of our entire budget to do things related to outreach. And back in 2014, there was a wonderful resident couple that got involved in our missions team. Their names were Ken and Mary Lee Welliver. And they suggested this project, and all of us went, oh my goodness, this sounds really wonderful. It gives us a hands-on opportunity to be involved with something that we were really excited about. First of all, we had to get to know a little bit more about what PET was all about, and so we had some folks from Carlisle, Pennsylvania come down and visit us and bring the first cart, let us drive it around, and we said, oh, we want to be committed in some way to this. So we started putting it into our budget that we would be able to send money, at least money, and if not more, to help work with this project. It really wasn't until a resident named Bob Doyle said, oh my gosh, I bet we could help make portions of this. And that's when we began exploring how the PET Project could become something that was more exciting and larger than just our local community church here.
Light came on and said, we can do that. I said, we can make that work, because I looked at the wood, it was very simple, and I said, we got the machines to do it, and that's what they need, because they've got the machines up there, but they don't have a lot of people to work it.
Riderwood's involvement is great and wonderful in a couple of different ways. One is that they cut the wood for us so that when it comes to us, it's ready to go to our paint room.
But like I said, we order the lumber from Rockville, and they deliver it right here, right out the back door here. And when they come, they're usually here early in the morning, about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And the volunteer, we have 4 guys, 5, we have 6 people working on it now. And we go out the back and we bring it in the shop, and we bring it here. First thing, we bring it in here. It's assembly line is what it is like. Somebody cuts some wood on the table saw, then it's moved to the cross-cut saw or the radial arm saw. The wood is cut to length, and then it's routed on the routing machines to round off the edges of it. Then it's sanded to what we need, what we consider good. Then it's stored, loaded on the cart, taken out the storeroom, put in there until we're ready to take it to Pennsylvania. So initially, on the outset, when we went up to Pennsylvania to donate our time, told them what we were going to do, they said, what can you do for us? I said, we will promise you 100 carts a year. Well, we have already exceeded that in the last 4 months of this year. We've got 125 going now. We don't do any metal work, any building of the cart itself. We just cut the lumber for it.
So first it started out little tiny with our church, and then it moved to the wood shop, and then it's moved larger to giving lots of people a vision for the PET Project. And people have been giving donations anonymously for us to send on to the PET Project itself. So many people that aren't even associated with the church have been giving. So it's sort of grown organically as the past 3 years have gone by.
There's times you can think that you're doing the work all alone, or that you're the only shop doing this, and it's important to remember that it's a worldwide effort and that there are other people working with you. And so we love the fact that people from different parts of our community contribute to making something that works and changes people's lives.
One of our commitments has always been to be involved with groups that are local and that we can have hands-on. It's not rewarding for all of us to just give finances. Lots of people can do that. What we wanted to do is say, how can we, as residents, help make something happen with our own hands?
It's a nice thing, because when you get these things and you go to Pennsylvania to see what they've done with the stuff, You can see these finished carts and you say, okay, I built this part of it, which is probably a third of the cart is the wood shell. And so it gives you a very good feeling about how this is all going together. It's
important that we teach other people that this is a community effort and that the idea is to bring people back into the community. So like for all of us, especially when you get hurt, you can't come back on your own. And the point is, you don't have to. Whether you're hurt because you have a mental illness or whether you're hurt because you were in a car accident, whatever it may be, the people are there. God puts people around us on purpose. Whether you live in a retirement community, whatever, people are there to show you that God is there. And building this, this is just a vehicle for showing you that you're part of a community.
Sometimes when people are years past retirement, they think, well, what significance does my life have? And the things that Riderwood does and that the local churches do and communities do can say, as part of a community, let's have our lives make a difference. So it's a very practical, very concrete way to help people engage in a community and do something that's making a difference for the rest of the world.
For many people, this is the only new thing they'll ever receive, and they benefit not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, because no longer are they left behind or left on the fringes.
There's less than 1% of the people in Africa have access to a wheelchair. And there are several 100,000, maybe millions of people need this. Once they get to Africa or wherever they're going to go, the people there can modify them to make them make a little miniature pickup truck, to carry, because I've seen pictures of them with coolers on the back of it, selling cold water. And if they get these carts, the kids can go to school. And I know I was talking to the president of Carlisle last week, and we delivered a load up there last Saturday, that this year they've done 650 carts this year alone.
Our plan is 50 a quarter, which would be 200 a year. And we now have reached the 500th cart PET that we've completed. And so we are well on our way to meeting our goals for this coming year.
My favorite part is delivering it to them and getting the thanks that they give us up there. Really, because they always buy us lunch when we come up and things like that. They're very, very appreciative. Last time we delivered lumber, there was one woman who was in the paint room painting, and we rolled in there with 500 pieces of lumber, and we rolled it up to the front door, and we said, "We've got a present for you." And she looked, and she says, "I can't do it right now. I'll have to do it later." So they're really into this program, and I'm really glad, because we are too, and we want to support them as best we can.
I think one of the ways residents could get involved is talking to any of the gentlemen that are working at the wood shop. They can also come and talk to anyone at Circle Fellowship Church.
If they want to volunteer, just give me a call and we'll try to make arrangements to get them in here, because we're always glad to have other people come in.
They might want to give a one-time contribution. They might want to just learn a little bit more and be actively involved in putting together kits that we put together, the tool kits. They say, I'd love to be involved just for a short period of time to do that. So either one of those ways, they could be involved.
The best way to help out the PET project at this point is to send a regular donation that we can use for the greatest need. Sometimes the greatest need is for more paint. Sometimes the greatest need is we're shipping PETs to Pittsburgh that then will go overseas. All of the people here are volunteers, and we sometimes think that there's need on only one side. But there are needs for projects like this where people who are hurting can come and work together with other people and see that they have value.
in our retirement, there's such a privilege and such an opportunity with the resources that we have to be able to serve other people that are around us, to extend our borders beyond ourselves. And if anyone would like to be involved in the things that we're doing, they don't need to be a part of our church to do that. We need help. So any kinds of things that people might be interested in that want just a partner to help do good in our neighborhood, we'd love to be able to talk with them and partner with them as well.
As more people know about a place like this and feel safe to come here, this project will grow, which means more carts will be available.